the Mirror with me, Ghana's most popular weekend paper. And Joyce Joby is smiling here on the front page. From blogging to social impact, how Joyce Joby is using food to change lives. Will prices shoot up?
Why are you watching my face?
Because I know you like watching.
Why are you making it do like that? It's only Willie that I buy when I buy.
like watching. So that's why I'm looking at you. I mean, I'm not a very... I could do without Willie.
To be honest,
I don't really mind.
I buy... It's Willie that I buy, but you don't have to make it too obvious.
Oh, I'm not making it obvious. I'm just saying that I know you like Willie, so the prices have shot up.
Shirley.
Theft of water meter lands 23-year-old man in jail for 12 months. On the back page, Lenny Yoro has been featured on the Mirror Sport. If you go to the Spectator, this is a very interesting outfit. A free GMB thrills guests with fashion style at 2024 Pulse Influencers Award. Mrs. Fuseni shares story of her journey to the top as 2024 Best Teacher. Ladies, reject our proposals, disrespect us. That's Gofredia Coconut Sellers. That's the element.
The big front page story here on Daily Graphic Weekend Special, 44 television stations hot. They are hot to Charlie. And the NMC is angry over indecent, offensive content. And you know, it's come at a time where we're still discussing the aftermath of the Kaswa killing case, where a 10-year-old boy was killed by two teenagers. And that has now landed the then 15-year-old teenager, who is now 18, to life imprisonment, right?
Right.
And now the NMC, that's the National Media Commission, led by Yabudu Ayeboafo, they've struck again, trying to sanitize the media space. Also on the front page of the Daily Graphic Weekend Special, nationwide deworming exercise starts Monday. Over 2 million children targeted. Page 13, you can find that story. And on the back page, some sports headlines, because a second chance for Ghana's coaching legacy appears CAF nomination. So, you know, as we all know, Coach Kwesi Appiah has been nominated as Coach of the Year after his exploits with the Sudan national team, which means, or which also in the process, right, he beat Ghana in the AFCON qualifiers. And also here, Abdul Aziz Issa, he gets 2 CAF nominations. He's a young Ghanaian football prodigy with really huge ambitions.
All right, let me just go quickly to our website, ChannelOneNews.com. Shirley Ayorkor Botchwey elected Commonwealth Secretary General. You know, when I started broadcasting, I used to pronounce Botchwey as Botchwey. And my editor would scream from the office, "What is Botchwey?
You can do it. You can do it. So I'm very surprised.
Congratulations to Shirley Ayorkor Botchwey. Yes, Shirley. She's been elected the Commonwealth Secretary General.
Congratulations to her.
Yes.
You know, it was interesting. And you know, during the time of the campaign, you saw, like, for the first time, you know, you saw members of the political divide agree on one thing.
On one thing.
I remember seeing a video or a post on social media from the former president John Dramani Mahama, you know, supporting her bid, right?
Right.
And this is huge.
It's a huge thing for Ghana.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a huge thing for Ghana.
Well, 53 member states, combined GDP of about 13 trillion or so, you know, billion rather. Sorry, $13 billion. This is amazing. And for the first time, a Ghanaian has assumed that role, the second African, the second woman. This is amazing, right? And
congratulations.
We wish her well in her new role. Oh, Charlie, Shirley.
You want a bell to ring for Shirley?
No, she did form.
Other stories you'll find on ChannelOneNews.com. Businessman wants High Court to validate Bagbin's vacant seat declaration. Parliament is for intellectual debate, not a boxing ring, Napo tells NDC MPs. Public Services Workers Union suspends strike. NDC's reset means cancellation of nurses Alawa Napo. George Afriye says he's not surprised Kurt Okerku hasn't resigned. I know that story would.
You know, on Friday
raise your brows.
On Friday was 5 years since he assumed the role as GFA president. So a lot of, you know...
I think he should have a sit down with the media. 5 years.
What have you done?
What have you done?
Solid 2
for Ghana football.
Solid 2 over 10.
Oh, you're giving him 2. I'll give him 0.5
Even
over
10. Even the 2, I realize I'm being charitable.
You are being charitable.
But there's been some strides in women's football. I'll give him that. Juvenile football has come to a collapse, but in one-off competitions, they've
Right.
been able to show their mettle, right? You know, it's not all been gloom, but it's been largely gloom. And, you know, with the kind of expectations people had for him, I think he himself will reflect and see that, no, we've
I need to
actually
do something.
retrogressed really as a football people. So
We're now
yeah.
number 70-something in the world ranking.
In 2008, we were first in Africa in the world, the CAF rankings. In the world, we were 14th, right?
Wow.
This was after the 2006 World Cup and the third place AFCON finish. Now, how many years down the line? Some 16 years down the line, we are now.
We're 70.
We are 74.
74,
we are 73rd, right? 73rd in the world, and we are 14th in Africa.
Can you imagine? Ghana. Like, first when you mentioned Black Stars, you mentioned with some pride in your chest. Now when you mention Black,
you
can't even mention it in full.
So yeah, I mean, Ket to be the first person to admit that his tenure has not really lived up to expectation. And for me, I hope that it ends as soon as possible. If
they go and vote him back, I'll be surprised, honestly.
No, so this should be his last term. But
Okay.
we are hearing media reports about how he intends to
change the constitution,
change and run again. We don't have any confirmation for that, right?
I hope that doesn't
certain
happen.
people close to the FA have been reporting that is the intention. You know, I was saying that in some more, you know, decent societies, he would have been the first to resign. You know, I promised this, I promised to change the game. I couldn't do it, so let me resign. But Ghana, oh no, you get people saying that it is the best thing since sliced bread. When we've been making World Cup quarterfinals and things, now you can't even make an AFCON.
We can't even make AFCON. We have to do mathematics, calculate.
It is
so
too
this
sad.
and this and this.
It is
if
just
we
too
win all
sad.
the next matches, we can go. Oh, more boy crowd. We are
Yeah,
staying
AFCON,
in Ghana.
baby.
We are staying in Ghana. We'll watch it together on
We'll support
TV.
Sudan and watch
Let
it.
me
And
do City Newsroom quickly and let's delve into the papers.
you know, earlier I
Here.
said the Commonwealth states had a combined GDP of $13 billion. Actually, 13 trillion. You know, and she's become Secretary General of the Commonwealth of States.
Shirley.
No,
We need a bell.
Oh, nah.
We need the bell.
You know, from Anyaso to the Commonwealth.
It's
a remarkable story. Really,
Congrats
and
to
truly.
her. Congrats to her. So that
remarkable
story is
story.
also on citynewsroom.com. Ghana's Shirley Ayorkor Botchwey elected Commonwealth Secretary General. Other stories you'll find on the website. Government announces free access to 2024-2025 SHS TVET placement results. Businessman petitions High Court to uphold Bagbin's declaration of vacant seats. Discard claims of Northern Ghana being used by militants. Professor Anin. Government dismisses claims of militants using Northern Ghana as support base. Right, let's go into the papers, Jude.
Yeah, so I want to start with the big story on the Daily Graphic Weekend Special, where 44 television stations are hot over indecent and offensive content. So the National Media Commission has cited 44 television stations for broadcasting unethical, indecent and offensive content. The public announcement by the NMC has directed the owners of the 44 stations to meet with the commission on Thursday, October 31, 2024. Owners of the media houses are invited to a discussion with the National Media Commission on the regulatory implications of their broadcast content. The announcement stated the Executive Secretary of the NMC, George Sapon, in an interview with Daily Graphic disclosed that the television stations were cited because they broadcasted content on pornography, indecency, fake lottery, occultism, money doubling, and money rituals. He explained that 44 stations were found to have broadcasted the impugned content during a regular joint monitoring by the Commission and the National Communications Authority. The story goes on to say that in 2016, the Supreme Court declared as unconstitutional a law that required media owners to seek content approval from the NMC before publication. The 7-member panel held that certain regulations in the NMC Content Standards Regulation 2015 LI 2224 amounted to censorship and contravened Article 162, Clause 4 of the 1992 Constitution. And that's a story. So 44. Now I wanted to bring the names of these stations, but
they're not in the story.
They are not in the story. But I saw some other media houses report this particular one. I don't know if you hear some of the names of the station there. Magic FM, Charlie, Tedua FM,
Tedua.
Tedua TV, Charlie, all sorts of, you know, and I'm like, what's happening? Charlie, it's some way, Sikapa, you know, like names that suggest the kind of things they broadcast, right? So, like the story said, you know, people are into money doubling, occultic stuff, people, all sorts of things. And, you know, the thing is that they don't even do it. They do it like there's no subtleness to the whole thing.
Of course
You know,
not.
there's no proper discretion being used.
Of course not.
They show it at any time at all. Kids watch these things, you know, and
They get all these ideas.
and there's a direct correlation between some of these things that happen on our TV and, for instance, what happened in Kaswa, where if you go through the facts of the case, the teenagers said that they saw somebody promise or say on TV that if you are able to bring this and this and this,
and that, yeah.
we will be able to give you this amount of money. For which reason, they thought it wise as teenagers to go kill a 10-year-old boy, right? And you also wonder, what kind of society are we building for ourselves? And I mean, judgment has come as to whether we'll give family closure. Nothing really can replace a lost life.
Nothing can replace the
right?
child.
So, you know, the boy is gone. But it's important that he also faces the punishments or the consequences of his actions. And I've seen that people are saying that, well, 10 years of life imprisonment is punitive enough. But we need to tackle the problem from the source, which is also some of the things we allow on our TV.
And I think the family has called for, you know, government to enforce the ban on those things. Because they've mentioned it before, they've said it before, but they haven't bitten hard on such stations that do those things. The family is also calling for, you know, a relook at the laws again, because, you know, one of them was a minor. And so he didn't get adult sentencing. So he is going to a corrective institution, and the family is unhappy because they say he also committed the same crime. So, but hopefully.
Do you have the Shirley story?
Yes. No. That's on our website. I have the Mirror now. You can go to the website and read that. Let me do this quickly. Joyce Jebby, the cover story on the Mirror, from blogging to social impact. So she's using culinary skills to create awareness. I don't know if you've heard of Mukase Chick. You've heard of Mukase Chick, right? So she is, let me read a bit of the story. She has over a decade in the food industry. She understands the nuts and bolts of the space and is committed to helping other women start their own food businesses or earn decent incomes within the industry. She shared the beginnings of her journey, which started 12 years ago, and recounted that after leaving a 10-year marketing job, she decided to explore food blogging. And at the time, it wasn't very popular in Ghana. And so now she teaches other women how to cook. She holds teaching classes. But I think one of the things I like about her page is she teaches about Ghanaian spices, so that you don't have to rely on all these bouillon cubes, etc. So, because I never saw my grandma use bouillon cubes. Even my mother right now doesn't use bouillon cubes.
You know,
so
even her name,
I don't use bouillon cubes.
Even her name, Mukase, you know, Mukase.
Typical local.
Yeah, like typical, or kitchen, right, or stove.
The stove.
The stove, yeah. So she tries to exemplify that in her craft. And I've seen her on Instagram a couple of times, so amazing.
And she has a blog, a podcast called More Than Jollof.
Ah, Charlie, you should bring jollof one day.
Yes, so if you get
let
the
us
Mirror,
taste
you
the
can
jollof
read
and let
that.
us verify whether it's indeed more than jollof.
Oh, her jollof is jollofing.
No, we have to taste it.
I promise you.
You have to taste it. She
We
has
have to
bring
taste.
some.
She has to bring some so that we can judge whether her
Yeah.
jollof is jollofing or not.
If we don't taste it, you
When the
can't call
Gen Z
it.
says jollof, what do they mean? Like it's good.
It's good.
It's
yeah,
pink.
Yeah, it's on period. And also some really impressive story here, what we talked about not too long ago. Ghana's Shirley Ayorkor elected Commonwealth Secretary General. Ghana's Shirley Ayorkor has been chosen as the new Secretary General of the Commonwealth at the 27th Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, CHOGM 2024 in Apia, Samoa. Botchwey, Ghana's Minister of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, will succeed Patricia Scotland, the Baroness of Scotland of the United Kingdom. Following the announcement, Baroness Scotland shared on X, formerly Twitter, "It's my honor to pass the baton to my dear sister, the Honorable Shirley Ayorkor, who will succeed me as the next Commonwealth Secretary General. Botchwey emerged as the preferred candidate after competing with Senator Joshua Setipa of Lesotho and Dr. Mahmoud Tangara of the Gambia. Her nomination strongly backed by Ghanaian President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo and former President John Dramani Mahama, reflecting a Commonwealth consensus for an African leader to take the role. A vision for the Commonwealth. In a bit, Botchwey highlighted a commitment to the Commonwealth's potential, describing the organization as the most consequential body after the UN. Wow. She expressed the vision for harnessing the collective power of the Commonwealth's 2.68 billion citizens for shared growth and resilience. And the story goes on and on and on. If you want to read more about what she intends to do as Secretary General, you can log on to the citynewsroom.com and get all that you need over there. But like we said, congratulations to her. It's amazing. It's a win for Ghana. It also means that, you know, that young Ghanaian girl is capable.
Of course.
Is capable.
For women all over. So we're looking at her.
I love the sound of this.
Yes, and then there's inspiration, there's hope that yes, I too can be there one day, or even higher. I can be president of Ghana one day.
So it's from Anyaso to Mu. Oh, Charlie, you know Anyaso too.
Yes, I know Anyaso too.
There are roads over there. Oh.
Please. The main road is okay.
Charlie,
don't take it like that.
You know, some road there inside there.
One of our cameramen is saying, be careful.
So yeah, from Anyaso to the Commonwealth. We are so happy. We are so proud.
Congratulations to her. Let me bring your story before we go.
Please do.
Willie prices shoot up,
Charlie.
And all those who love Willie.
We can't talk about Commonwealth. You know, can't talk about Willie like that to just kill them. Well, it's fine.
I'm not killing them now.
People need to know before they go and start fighting with their watches sellers. So yeah.
So, is that consumers of cowhide, popularly known as Willie in Accra, must be prepared to pay extra to enjoy their delicacy at their favorite food joints. Visits by the Mirror to a number of eateries in Accra show that a piece of Willie, which used to sell at 3 cedis, had shot up to 5 Ghana cedis and 25 Ghana cedis. Some food vendors, I like the reaction in the studio, hey! Some food vendors who spoke to the Mirror last Tuesday confirmed that the price of Willie continued to rise and they have no choice but to review the prices and sizes. Also known as Kehro, Willie is a delicacy particularly among consumers of Wache, a Ghanaian dish prepared from rice and beans. And the Mirror has also observed that almost every Wache stew they visited contained Willie. So, some Willie vendors at Abublushi, Kaneshi, Adabraka, Jamestown, and the Accra Central markets maintain that food vendors could maintain their old prices and still make profits, but they're not doing that. They've increased the price. So your favorite Willie is now 5 Ghana cedis, 225 Ghana cedis. I really don't mind Willie. I think Nigerians call it pomo.
Really?
Yeah, they call it pomo.
You see, the Willie,
I really don't mind. If it's not my food, I really don't mind.
Nothing is inside like that.
But it's nice.
You know, but it gives the food,
What does it give the food?
You know, when the Willie is on it like that, there's joy. You know,
joy?
It completes the set. You know,
really?
Your meat is fine, your egg, your fish, but the Willie, it adds something. Charlie, it make the things away. You know, so. Charlie, members are not happy this morning.
This one, you're your own.
You know, and it's not only watching.
I can't relate.
You know, people eat okro, even this meal, like ampesi, you know, with a nyadwa, neshishinimu. Oh, Charlie, you know, it's not good.
But apparently they can maintain the old prices and still make profit. But you know how our markets women are. They'll blame it on transport and
we are begging them.
They
should consider us.
All things that sometimes some even blame it on the dollar.
Which is actually the case, but it's fine. You know, they should consider us. We beg them. You beg them. Yeah, they should consider us.
A plea from Jew to all markets women.
Yeah, they should consider us.
Consider them and maintain the Willie prices at 3 Ghana cedis. But that's the newspaper review segment for you. We'll be right back with what's happening.